Happy Friday, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. It is great to see you, and welcome to your third day of music class on our Music Class YouTube channel. Today we are going to be adding on to your flat assignment from yesterday and turning it in. So when you go today to your classroom, today you will see a question from me. This looks a little bit different. And underneath this question is going to be a couple directions for you to do, and I will review these in our music checklist. The first thing, which I don't have here, is going to say, actually I do have, is going to say watch the music tutorial dynamics. I will link that in here. Then it's going to say watch this instructional video, which you're doing right now. And then you have to click on your flat assignment from yesterday and add your own tempo and dynamics. That's kind of hard to see. I wonder if we made it a little bigger for you. There we go. Then we're going to add your own tempo and dynamics. Remember, the dynamics and the A section should match. Just like your melody and your pitches match in both A sections, so should your rhythms and your dynamics. And then you're going to respond to this short answer question. So let me show you what the question is before we dig into this. Your question is, write 3 sentences explaining why you chose your specific tempo and dynamics. So I would just go ahead and write here. Actually, I'm so sorry. Your answer is going to be here to type your answer. Now, I haven't ever done this before, so we'll see how it works. But let's say I'm going to type, and then I can hit turn in. We'll come back to that in a little bit. So my directions were to click on my assignment from yesterday. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go to Form Rhythm 2, and I'm going to click on this flat assignment right here. When that pops up, you are either going to land right here, or you might actually open up your score from yesterday. But if you land here, you'll click in your Form Rhythm 2. And I don't have it again because I'm in the teacher mode, but it'll probably say continue your work on the score. When you click here, because you did not turn in yesterday, you will see your work from yesterday. So this is what I did yesterday. Remember, I have my A, B, C, and then A section with my violin and claves. I copied down the melody in each section, but then I composed my own rhythm, just like you composed your own rhythm that is different than mine. So my directions tell me that I need to add my own tempo and my own dynamics. So I have to decide, what would I like? So if I go back here, I'm going to review a couple things with you real fast about your tempo and your dynamics. Let's start with tempo. So in flat, we are not given the option to say presto or allegro or moderato. We have to type in beats per minute, which means if we were to time the beats, how many beats in a minute do we want? The higher your tempo number goes, your BPM goes, the faster your song is going to be. Remember, tempo is how fast or how slow. So when I'm looking at this, I think I want my song to sound slow and stately. I want it to sound regal. I want it to maybe take a little bit slower. So I can put my tempo anywhere between 66 and 76. So I'm going to X out of this, and I'm going to go back to mine. And I originally had it at 120. Nope, I want to change that. So I'm going to go in here, and it said anywhere between 66 and 76. So I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to say 72. I would like that tempo to be 72. This right here is in the video. So if you need to press pause right now and go ahead and figure out what your tempo is going to be, you can do that. I'll also will link this in your assignment for today, this PowerPoint. So I'm going back here. Great. I want to hear what this sounds like. That tempo may not be what you decided. That's fine. But I said that I wanted mine to be adagio. I wanted to sound slow and stately. So that's what I decided to do. My next directions were to add in my dynamics. So you can add in as many as dynamics as you want. I would recommend just doing 2 per section or just 1 per section. I think if you add more than 2 per section, then your dynamic changes so much and it can be distracting from the melody and the rhythm that you work so hard to write. So I have a slow and stately piece. So I think that what fits with that for dynamics is going to be like a piano. So I'll add a piano here for my A section. My B section, I see a lot of eighth notes. So because there's a lot of moving parts, I'm going to make that maybe a mezzo forte, which is in the middle. And then I think I want my C section to be forte. But in my last measure, I want to add a decrescendo. I want to bring it back down. I want to have the volume come back down so that it ends again on the A in piano. So it's really important that each of your sections has a different dynamic, but that your A section matches. So I'm going to start at C, and I'm going to listen just to my C and A and see if I like those dynamics. Now I should start here to your decrescendo. And now it's going to be piano. Satisfied with that. That feels good to me. So now I have my melody in my violin section. I have my rhythm in the clave section. I added a tempo, an adagio tempo, which was 72 beats per minute. I also added dynamics, and my composition is an A, B, C, A form. I feel good about that, and I am done. So you have a turn in button right here. You're going to press turn in. It might ask you, are you sure you want to turn it in? And you're going to say, yes, I want to turn that in. Once that is turned in, you're going to now go back into your assignment because it's asking you to respond to this question. So I'm going to hit view question, and it says write 3 sentences explaining why you chose your specific tempo and dynamics. Again, I have not done this before, so let's see how it's going to work. So I'm going to say for my composition, I chose an adagio tempo. And then maybe in parentheses, I'll say BPM 72. Period. That's my first sentence. My dynamics were piano, mezzo piano, forte with a decrescendo to piano in the last A section. That is my second sentence. So I've explained why, or I've explained what my tempo is and what my decrescendo is, but my question is, why did I choose this? Well, I explained at the beginning that I wanted my song to be slow and stately. I wanted to feel like it was a regal, maybe like it was a king or queen marching down to their throne. So I'm going to say, I chose these musical elements because I wanted my song to sound, I'll even say slow and powerful. I now have 3 sentences. If you want to go above and beyond and write me more, I'd love to read those. I'll hit turn in. And if you need to go back and edit, you can. So now let's go ahead and let's go to our checklist for today to make sure that we completed everything. And again, this PowerPoint is going to be linked to your assignment. If you need to go back in and look at, this slide, or you need to go back in and look at this slide, it'll be linked. So the first thing I need to do was watch my music tutorial dynamics. I didn't do this in the video, but it'll be linked to your assignment. Then we had to add our own dynamics to our ABCA composition, tempo and dynamics. We did that. Then we turned it in, and then we had to write our 3 sentences why we chose our tempo and dynamics in Google Classroom. The last thing I'm going to tell you is just a little note that starting the week after spring break, so starting the week of April 13th, I'm going to have an office hour for all middle school students. So on Thursdays, pretty sure it's Thursdays, I'm going to provide you with a Zoom link. And if you want to click on that link and talk to me, either just to say hey or to ask me some questions about your assignments, you can click on that link and then you and I can have a video chat. It'll be on Thursdays from 9 to 10. And in your Google Classroom, I will put that link starting the week after spring break. In the meantime, if you have any questions, please reach out through Dojo or my email. And then it's in your Google assignment, but also right here. Here is your video that you can start watching for your assignment today. I hope you're doing great. Have an awesome weekend, and I will see you after spring break. Bye.